Anthony Darnell.
One of the quickest ways to talk yourself out of something or discourage yourself is to start trying to figure out the how. Like, let's say you want to travel to a different country. You want to use your passport and live in a different country for a brief amount of time. If you sit back and think of how am I going to stack this money, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, you're going to discourage yourself. It's probably going to lead to a lot of overthinking, which is going to lead to anxiety. And then you're going to feel so overwhelmed that you're probably going to be depressed because you don't know all the hows. You don't know how all of this is going to happen. Instead of focusing on what you want to happen, like oftentimes we'll just be so focused on the hows that we'll talk ourselves out of stuff. We'll second guess. We'll doubt our ability to actually make these things happen or for these things to actually come into our lives because we'll be thinking of the hows and we'll be so focused on the hows instead of the actual thing. So I urge you, if you're at that point where you're thinking about how am I going to do this to get this? How am I going to do this to get there? Stop, take a break, relax, breathe, and just focus on what you desire, what you want. And just know that a plan, everything will fall into place. It will come to you. You will be given the inspired actions, whatever you need to do on your end to make it happen. You will be given that knowledge to make it happen. So just relax and talk to the God within, talk to source, connect with God, and just don't worry. Don't overthink it. Don't have your anxiety building up to the point where you're getting panic attacks, because that used to be me years ago. I would just stress myself out. Probably why I got gray hair so early. I would be so stressed out and I would have anxiety, panic attacks. I would get so nervous. I would get so overwhelmed trying to figure out how. And then at one point it led to drinking and getting high and all types of stuff, because too much overthinking, too much thinking of how something is going to happen, too much facing, oh, this is happening right now, so I don't see how I'm going to get past this, or I don't see how this is going to lead to what I want. So it's just like, I was in my head so much. It's just like, wow, like, dude, relax. So I'm urging you, if you're at that point where, you're like how I used to be, just overthinking every step of the way, trying to figure out every single little minute detail that's going to lead to what you truly desire, fall back from that. Like I said, relax. It's going to happen. It's happening.